Hopefully Yella can join us.
Yes, I hope so too, because I like to go over the outstanding issues we have and
Right.
discuss what we should do. And also, I found an interesting bug that the real-time clock and the display clock and the GPS clock are not in sync.
Right.
So there about 10 minutes difference in mine. Yes,
Wow.
I thought so
Yeah.
too. The yellow is looking in it. So
Right. Well, I know that the initial sync that you can get, it can be off by a few seconds,
yeah, second that's fine, but not minutes. I mean,
not minutes. No.
I thought so too.
There he is.
Maybe at least something of him is there. Not
Right.
Yes, yes.
yes,
I'm almost
more
here.
coming. Yes, there.
Ah,
There we go.
Yeah,
I missed last week, sadly.
yeah. We missed you too, but we talked a lot. But you could see in the video if you had time for that.
Not yet actually. So
Mhm.
I forgot about about rewatching the meeting actually. So how was there anything like important or
You can watch and you can see, make the own decision if it's important or not important.
makes sense? Okay, yeah.
That's why the recordings are there anyway. So
Yeah,
right.
that's
Why
true, right?
Was that last meeting before or after I discovered the problem with the GPS modules not syncing when their default is 9600 baud?
that
I think that
was
was that meeting.
yep.
Right.
But I think you weren't there either, because it was just Louis and Rod.
That might have been 2 weeks ago.
That's
Maybe
2
it
weeks
was
ago.
Oh, wait a second. Time has been going really fast. It's so
Yes,
weird. I also have that little time to.
that's what the real-time clock also says. Time is going really fast. But GPS, I'm late.
No, the GPS is
It's correct.
it is correct, and then
I
the
think
real-time
so.
clock is slow actually. I think it was like 15 minutes behind.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's something to solve.
Yeah, is that did you have it turned on for like many weeks or
Yeah, but
was
also
it?
I switch it off sometimes. It's normally on, but sometimes I switch it off. And then it still picks
Right.
up the time when it switches off. It still remembers that. It didn't keep it off for a long time.
Right. Okay. By the way, I did try to get the GPS module working again with your fix, but there's no response. Like it just like if I turn it on, the LED on the GPS turns on like for a second, no, not even a second,
Yeah,
like half.
you should get a red and blue flash.
No, I don't get any flash at all. Like
Oh.
it's just one time it turns on, turns off, and that's it. So I'm not sure what's because the serial connection it would still send data every minute probably. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not configured right because it crashed. I don't know. There's just something wrong. I don't know exactly how to fix it.
Normally
But
it comes up.
your emulator works fine, so
That's
good.
that's nice. Yeah,
that's the
I can
same.
finally run the like tests on the satellite view. And
Oh, great. That's good. Already your work is paying off, Michael.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you make a tool and it's a delay before it actually gets used, and this this is one of those times.
Yeah, well, it's very useful. Like, you got some movement. Like some emulators are just like random values or a loop, like a shorter loop. This is actual GPS data, so it's
yeah,
useful.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw on my last commit for that, I when you log your GPS data, so not emulation, but logging to maybe eventually emulate. I now output not just the UBX data in hex format, but I also output a GPX file. which you can
Yeah,
load
sorry.
directly into Google Maps or any other tool that you want. And I just wanted to get that just so I could see, what I was emulating.
Can you also get a KML file out?
I could do any format. KNL,
KML. So that
KML.
goes directly to Google Earth. So you have a 3D model of it.
Ooh,
The height goes with it too.
right. Well, I'll put the height, which is optional in the GPX format.
But if you have that format, you can just put it in Google Earth. I had some maps I had from you could see the difference in radiation when you go up in the mountain. So you could see in 3D, you see the whole level change automatically.
Okay, that's doable.
So that would be nice. Should we wait for Louis to show up before we start really, or should we just go ahead? What do you want to do?
I think we can go ahead.
Because I'd like to go over some outstanding issues we have on GitHub. So we can just see what we need to do, because I'm sending out today. I sent out the first Zens already to the clients, to the people who order it. So we should, if there is something.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
There he is.
Morning.
So if we have something crucial, then we can just put it in the M5 burner, and then they can directly flash it. The people.
Yeah. Do we have an issue for the manual, like just how to flash, how to use?
We have a very short version of that. We should check on that. That's a very important one, I think. If you see the manual, I think some other person, Philip, he checked it already, and he was going over and give some comments, and that was very useful. Yeah, the manual is a good point. I think so too. Nearly every day I add something to it with pictures and when I'm building them.
Yeah, so that's the set, or the, what do you call it? The construction manual.
Yeah, kind of.
Or do we have like a separate using manual?
No, not yet. No, not at all. So we should make
because like the manual that explains the screens, the how to set up the configuration, like what the configuration mean, how you can flash it with the M5 burner, stuff like that. So
a short version of a short version, a draft version is even useful.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Who's wanna do that, or Sylvia?
I want to do that.
You want to do it?
Or
maybe Louis can do it. Louis can do it.
We can do it together.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can, of course, we can correct each other. I mean, I can add my stuff to it.
Yeah, because right now I'm just there's not a whole lot of coding for me that I could do, and I still want to play around with that GPS, but I don't want to do that till tomorrow night after my webinar. I want to have something to show, and if I kind of screw up the soldering, that's kind of embarrassing.
Oh, well, what did you screw up on the soldering?
No, I haven't yet. I'm going to. No, I'm not going to. I just I want to change the GPS module because, well, we'll talk about that later when I was comparing the tracks from the Nano and the Zen.
Yes, I saw
the Nano, the spot, like I was parked there for about 3 hours, and the spot was tiny. If I look at the track for the Zen, it's almost, it's bigger than twice the size, twice the radius. And that kind of it seems wrong. It should be as good as or better because it's a newer module. It's anyway.
So maybe it's more sensitive and picks up more reflections. I don't know.
Maybe, but I'm just gonna I've had trouble. Let's just start with one that's like absolutely brand new and see what happens. Because that one I played around with, it was on the old prototype, and just whatever.
Yeah, and with the soldering, you have to really make it very hot. The solder points, the pin has to be
Yeah.
very hot, and the outside ring. If they're both
Yes.
very hot, then the solder goes through it and comes out to the bottom. So you
Oh
see
yeah.
two sides coming, and that's good.
Yeah. The I noticed that on the module the holes are not plated; they're
No.
just copper, so they oxidize very quickly.
Yeah.
So,
And I soldered them with 350 degrees Celsius.
yeah, that's about right.
It goes quite quick.
Okay. Yeah. So coming back to the manual, coming back to your question earlier, did I try the hotspot, right?
Yes.
The built-in. So I have done that, but I'm going to revisit it with an eye to add something to the manual to explain how it works. So
But it's for me, it's very practical if you have and the Nano and the Zen both
Yes.
sending data at the same time.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
But you don't have, as far as I know, you don't have an bGeigieZen cast on your Nano.
No, I do not.
So that's maybe I should send you one.
Yeah, please.
Then you can run them at the same time. We have the same real-time data coming in, and we can just overlay the graphs.
Okay,
That's
sure.
very easy
Absolutely.
to
Okay.
do. It's
Yeah.
I put it on my list to
So
send.
yes, please.
It's not the most pretty one, but I have a few spare. It works. Yeah, you wanna go over the issues? What we have?
Yeah, I was just looking at them. I see some double.
Yeah, there's much
issues.
of double, so we have to clean it up and add stuff to it, and things that we done can go away. And you're using the Kaban?
I'm in the Safecast bGeigieZen project on GitHub.
Okay, yes, that's the easiest. to
That's
work
the
in.
one, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Can you share your screen? Then we can all see what you do.
I was looking at it on my other device.
sorry.
So. bGeigieZen. This
Yep.
one, yeah.
Yeah. Go to the projects.
Yes.
Project, and then go to Project Classic. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky.
Oh, that's a different.
And then you go to
it's...
the bGeigieZen. That's the easiest.
All right. So we have to set up Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connections. I can probably close that because the Wi-Fi is set up and there's a different issue for the Bluetooth.
Yes, so then we can do that. Yeah, you close it off. That's fine. You can just drag it to done. That's okay too. So.
Yeah, but then it would be like done as, I don't know. Okay, well, it's okay.
Yeah, then I mean, it's out of the way, and then we can think about it.
Yeah. What is? Wait, my Zoom is in the way, of course.
Yes.
Move everything. All right.
Yeah.
Add Wi-Fi button, speed display. This is.
There could be still old stuff in there. I didn't go through it. I mean, you show more. You have to go. That thing there.
Oh right, okay, I see. That sounds like a bunch of different issues actually. So, but this is from 2022.
Yeah, this is, but there's some added, there's some subtracted.
Are you still working in this then, or?
No, it's that's why I'm going through it together with everybody. So the outstanding issues are things that get resolved and things that not resolved.
Right, right. Is the date not in your month day? No? The date. Is this done?
I think this is done. Yes. Yes, this is done.
Those.
The CPM, and we've done that already?
Yeah, no, actually, not yet.
This kind of things are very
Was work in
important.
progress, yeah. Correct CPM. Another info.
Yeah, I think we did that. CPM to micro CPS. You can close that. No, that's not necessary anymore. You can even delete the top one.
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe we can. How do we? Can we just think? Like check it. I don't know how to delete it.
You can just edit it. You go to edit in the top.
Oh, right.
And then you can do anything what you want with it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of interesting.
You can just delete it. That's fine.
Yeah, but I was thinking maybe we can make like smaller issues, so we can like make an issue for
Oh yes,
option to
that's
reset,
also
for
a good
example.
idea. Yeah.
I'll just cancel this. Right. Yeah. And then we can perhaps I'm just thinking what's a good way to do this? Like should we make like now make all the issues, or do we just plan like okay, I can make multiple issues out of this based on what there is here, and we don't have to do it right now. So now we can discuss the issues that are already here. Like let's just start at the top. Reconnect to Wi-Fi, disconnect. Oh, that is an issue, I guess. Remember last mode? This would be
Yes.
yeah, without the last operational mode then.
Yes,
Or is it
not operational mode. That's the better word.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's been in drive mode, it comes up in drive mode. Yeah. I think that's very practical.
Real-time fixed, real-time mobile. Oh, so that's the ROB mode, you mean?
Yes.
What we call ROB mode. But then, well, we still have to discuss about the real-time mode as just a single. That is just one mode. You can use it for both fixed and like roaming or mobile.
Yeah, that's my feeling too. But there's some other people like Peter and Usby, they want to have a real fixed mode. So I think it's up to the user to make that decision what they want to do. But for me personally, it should be real time. It doesn't matter if it's standing there or if it's moving around. It's just real time data sending. The RAD node has the same setup. Basically, it's always sending.
Always sending, and always every 5 seconds.
That's,
as well.
That's
Or
up to the user to discuss that.
Yeah, we could make a similar option like the bGeigieCast.
Yeah, I think this is a good way. Yeah, you can lock it or not, and then you can select. Yeah, I like that.
You could still set up like a home location, so it would always like go to that location if it's in range, and if it's outside, we can have an option like also upload measurements and location outside of your home location.
Yeah, I think this is a good idea.
And then we can even say if it's outside, we can upload faster. So if you're in a car driving,
yes.
And if you're like on your home location could be every 5 minutes or every minute,
yes.
maybe.
That's a good idea. Yeah. There's two options in that way. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, so what was that? Did we have an issue for that?
For which one?
Wait.
Drive mode?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about what was called, but real-time fixed or real-time. Yeah, we can just call it real-time mode then.
Yeah, I think so.
Just update. And then we have to add an issue. We say real-time, just
Yeah.
like this, or
Okay.
RT mode, or okay.
By the way, did you see my my note about the GPS jamming from the Russian in Ukraine? That's one of the reasons why the GPS of Pavlov are completely off. That's what he, at least that Pavlov
Is
was
that
saying.
so? I think it is because the bGeigieZen sometimes has weird GPS values.
You think so?
Well,
I don't see that. I haven't seen it.
I don't know. Maybe it's not running on the latest version because I added some extra checks to remove like points that are way too off from where it used to be, something like that. But yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll check the article. I no time yet for that. No. Just working today, so.
Okay.
Yeah, Rob, there is there's some detection of jamming in the U blocks.
Really?
Yes, there is. Not sure how to, they're basically just seeing if there's any interference, fixed, like basically a fixed frequency interference, just basically just wholesale jamming. But there's also, they also try to detect spoofing, where somebody is sending, bogus information. Worth looking into, I suppose.
Very interesting. I didn't know that. They already thought about it.
Well, I mean, it's GPS is meant for military uses, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true. In the good way, in the bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes all the way back to the U.S. Invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan, the jamming of GPS signals to bring down U.S. drones.
Oh, I see.
I didn't know that. So that was not the Americans, they were the Iranian people doing that. The Iranian hackers, they were spoofing.
Right.
Okay.
So now that I think there's specific military satellites that we don't get access to, that are just are all completely on their own.
Yes.
So there's no way to detect them and pick them up, the data, or is it all encrypted?
No.
Yeah,
No.
there are completely different frequencies as well, like from broadcast frequency.
Okay, I didn't know
that. So the power button behavior, Rob, did you already add some implementation for that? Or
no.
I thought you pushed something a while back.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I was looking into it, and I sent you some information, sent some information in the channel, but I didn't really do it because
Isn't that
on the next version, it's not a high priority, that one.
Right. Because for me, it's already, I have to hold 6 seconds and then it turns off. That's on the core 1.1.
Yeah. Yeah, it's built into the core 1.1.
Yeah.
Or core 2 1.1.
Yeah, that's I noticed it on this one too. That's a 1.1.
Yeah.
And we should have it that it's a double push, I think. double push is I prefer to have changed. It's originally 6 seconds, but have it set up that it double push switch it off, because otherwise you have to wait 6 seconds to switch it off.
Yeah. That's for me. I have my display timeout on 3 seconds, so I have to hold it and then the screen turns off and goes into screensaver. And then I have to release it. So, but it works. But I think double push is maybe better. But let's see. So double push for turn off. 1, 2, 2.
Oh, Louis, one thing about the bGeigieZen cast, you want to have a high build one or a low build one? The high build one is with the orange one, with an easy button on it. The low build one is the one with a little bit, is a small button on it.
Oh,
And,
I can.
but it fits in, it's lower than the normal bGeigieZen cast.
Yeah, because right now, I don't know. Let's see if you can see this. Right now, I have the BLE Bluetooth
Hold on,
in
let me
place.
switch to make you big. Hold on. We have to switch off the screen sharing, and then we can see it. Louis.
Yeah, it looks like wait, I'll stop the share.
Hold on a second.
One of those.
Yeah, so that's the BLE Bluetooth module.
Ah, yeah, that's a low. They are quite low. This one, yeah, that's the one I built before.
Okay, so that's So that I got that from GitHub when they were selling them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That together with Michael Kroll, we made that. But that's not a cast, eh? That's only a BLE.
Looks like it froze.
Yes. He should come back.
As for the issue, I did see the over-the-air implementation. Do we still support that, or
Over the air? No, not yet.
over-the-air
I think we should do
updates?
it later. Yes, I think it's very important for the clients that if they want to, for the users, they can just OTA it. And but that needs really serious testing. If that goes wrong, it's we're in trouble.
Well, it's more trouble for devices like the bGeigieZen cast, because those are hard to.
Yeah, that's true. That's
at least on the Zen, you can just plug it in and flash it through the
That's
M5.
true. bGeigieZen is much harder, but the new one not with the USB. You can just plug it in. You can program it like that.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
The older one you could.
Also, we can do it the other way around. That in the configuration server or the pages, you can just press update and it will update to the
That's
latest
true.
version.
Yes.
Because then it will just download from
Yeah.
GitHub or something. We have to do some like GitHub releases.
Oh, that's even nicer. Then people don't need to get the M5 burner. I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that is an option.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, good thinking.
Just gonna go share my screen again. It was also an idea I had for the bGeigieZen cast a while back, like a few years ago, but I never got to it because uploading a new file was a bit easier than trying to standardize the releasing process and like having the cast do checks on the server or the GitHub to see if there's a new version and stuff like that. Yeah, we can do like create a new release here and add files to it and somehow check the releases for a new
the lead version. Yes, check
yeah,
it.
we do have the version number, of course, in the software, so we can check for a new version. Although sometimes you don't want to update. For example, if you have a like 2.0 board, you might not want to update.
We should limit it to the different version board. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like the versioning thing that we have to keep in mind.
Yeah, that's important to do. I didn't think about it.
So perhaps OTA is still useful. Like we can leave it in as an option that you can
Okay.
go for to a specific version if you want. And then also like the main way would be the M5 burner, or even like the main way would be to go to the configuration server and just press update,
Mhm.
or even through the menu we can
Load it
just
from the
scroll
SD
down
card.
and say update firmware, and it will just connect to the Wi-Fi, get the latest version,
Oh,
and then like,
that's even more pretty. That's a beautiful one. Yes.
I mean it's I've always thought about the bGeigieZen cast like that, just with the configuration server or pages. But then on the Zen, you have a screen and buttons, so
Yeah.
very easy to just press a
Yeah.
button.
Just press the button and update. Yeah, that's a very good idea. But be careful with the error messages. If something doesn't work, then we should be getting messages.
Yeah, well, it's easier, or also easy to get it on the screen of the
True. Yeah.
bGeigieZen cast or the bGeigieZen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, even though it's a low priority, we can just copy paste the implementation of
Yeah, that's a good idea.
of the cast, and it will be done. So
Mhm.
we'll leave it as the issue, I guess. And then this documentation is
Yeah, we should also get for the manual, the user manual. But this one, yes. I worked on it yesterday. Today didn't do yet.
all right, the assembly kit. Okay. And this is quite a document already.
Rob, may I get you to post the link to that in the Slack? So I can bookmark it.
I think it is.
Think it is?
No, not yet. But I can add it there.
Just looking at that, are we with the switch in the version 4 boards, there's no more switch.
Correct.
Okay.
This is if you see the title of this manual, it's the version 3.3 manual we're working on.
Okay.
And that's the what we're sending out now. So I think it's useful for people to have the manual for that version.
Oh, absolutely.
It can be very simple, Louis. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah. Okay.
If you find any issue, things that need to be improved, just make an issue on GitHub. Feel free. Too much issue is not
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah. Okay. I see, yeah, Jelle, I see those links. Thank you.
Wait, where did I go? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah, the links. I added the Google Docs to the channel description on.
Good idea.
Yeah.
But that is the assembly building the
Yeah.
kit manual.
Okay.
And then we have also the manual for software comments, explanations, how to update in the wiki. So I think these are specifications. Yeah, I think it would be useful to have the manual just here as
Oh,
a
that one. Yes, directly in the wiki.
markdown. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
Louis also has right access to that, huh? To the wiki, I think.
To the wiki on GitHub.
Yeah,
Let me have a look.
I think you have.
I think you already updated even. Yeah. Louis has.
Yeah,
Right access.
It
works. You can see
Sure, right
name
access.
right there. Right there.
Whereabouts? Those wiki.
I think it's also in the channel. Project issues. No, not. Too many links in the channel description.
I've got the firmware. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there was this document you have been working on as well.
Oh, that's right. That started. Oh well. Maybe I'll go fix it.
Yeah, we have to update it. I mean, I have to do also many things for updating better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but many things can also go into the user manual, like
True.
if we have just descriptions of the software, which is very useful. Things like the configuration files, for example, they keep on changing. So if we have it on two files, like in the specification and the user manual, then it's better to have just user manual.
Yeah. Well, from the
Yep.
user manual point of view, just thinking from the user's point of view, it's obvious you can go to all these menu things, but what does that menu item actually do for you?
Hmm.
Right? In other words, what are you asking for, and what's it, so that way, they can use the device as intended.
Yeah, and maybe also we can just make an let's say an graph that this is the start menu, this is this, then go out. But
Sure.
very simple in the beginning to everybody, and
Okay.
then link to the rest of the document if they want to go to.
Yeah. So this page that we're looking at right now on yellow screen should stay as a firmware design specification. That's basically more of an internal document as opposed to what's going on. And from my point of view, like it's not a design specification anymore. It should be kind of reflect what's actually, like it should be kind of a interactive, as built. So that, there's more of a verbose description of what the firmware actually does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. I think so too.
Now, also, in conjunction with the issues, it could also kind of serve as a repository of decisions that we made, so that we avoid coming back to the same decision making over and over again.
True.
Cord.
Yep.
There we go.
Yes.
Beat me
Well,
to
was
it
waiting for everyone, but
there. Okay.
That's nice.
yeah, we were talking about the wiki on the
Yes.
on the GitHub. I wanted to add we can just use multiple pages, which is actually
sure.
recommended. For example, what I mentioned in the SD card configuration, we could just have an SD card configuration page which explains like, well, this is what you can use. These are the links to the examples that we have, and that's on the GitHub in the files. And then it explains like what all the options do. Basically that.
Can we have the page? Can we have the pages like a tab on top, like so you can very easily see all the pages they are? We have about 6 pages, 7 pages, I think.
No, the pages are on the side.
On the side, okay.
Let me share.
Yeah, at the top, there's kind of an index. You slide up to the top.
Where do you see?
I see here we have like 3
Oh,
pages.
there you go. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So we got a bit shorter pages. It's a bit easier to manage as well. And we can also just link from one page to another, like in the user manual. When we say like, if you want to update your configuration, you can do that through the configuration server or through the SD card, and then you can link to the SD card page to say like, well, you can find more information about that in this file. Then if you don't need that because you want to read about the configuration server, then that's less text to scroll over.
And the search works for the whole GitHub. The search on the find the page. No, the find the page. Yeah.
I think if I look
I'm
for
not familiar with that.
button. Okay, so there
Oh
is
yeah, maybe
something.
maybe it goes anything through it. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I think it
Great.
looks for like if I look for team, yeah, we get like team summary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's
yeah.
fast. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
so you
very
can find like
yeah.
SD card and then you get like the SD
Yeah.
card page. I guess that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, well, works well. Good job, GitHub. So we do have the projects. Let's go back. Screen sharing in a way again. I think that's all the issues then right now. Just have to check. It's in the way again.
Yeah, before I forget, I'm going to create one for investigate jamming on GPS.
Yeah, that's good if you could do that.
Yeah, maybe you can make it make the issue.
Yeah, I'm just going to do that right now. Project.
But first, make a note and then make an issue out
Okay.
of it.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe there's like a way to make.
Yeah, not directly. I also didn't like that. That it cannot make directly in there.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
First, click on the plus sign and then make a note and then convert it to an issue. That's the way that it's currently working.
Yeah.
Click on the plus sign. What?
And then you make a note, and then in the note you type something in, and then you can create an issue out of it. But you first have to add the note first.
Okay, so I'm going into the project, and I don't see anything to make a note.
No, the plus sign only. Just click the plus sign on the column, like what Yellow is doing now.
Okay, let me see what Yellow is doing here.
All right. Do you have the same screen? And then there's
I
this
do.
plus.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Hang on, do I have that? No, I only have the three little dots. I don't have the plus.
Oh.
Well, that's interesting.
Am I logged in as, sign in, never mind. La, la, la.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. That will do it, Louis.
There we go. All right, so here we go. So enter a note. And it's just going to say investigate anti-jamming for GNSS module. Add.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, there you go. And then you click on the three dots on the right side, on the top.
Convert to issue.
Convert to issue.
Yes.
And then you can assign yourself to it too.
Sure. So the U blocks manual mentions anti-jamming features, and may be integrated into the Zen firmware. Put a little note, this may be important for data collectors in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. And you can I think you can always try to reach Pavlov about that, because he has experience with them, and maybe he can guide you what his experience is.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll just put a note here. Connect with Pavlov for additional.
Normally he responds quite quick, but it could be that he's very busy at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me find out more about how that module actually works before I bother him, and just just get an idea what's involved.
No, I think it's always good to get him involved anyway.
Okay, I'll just let him know that it's happening. Okay, so then where's that?
Then even with the knowledge you and Michael have about the GPS, we can help him maybe even.
Yeah. Okay, so it's opened, and how do I assign myself? There's myself. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. And if you want other people to have a look at it, you can assign it to the other people too.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And feel free to use it as much as you want. I mean, too much is okay. Nothing
Yeah,
in
we don't want to miss things, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also a good idea. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just remembered it. Should have done that when we talked about it.
Mm-hmm. And if Michael, if you have any things you want to put in, please put it into it. So.
Okay, will do. I just took a quick look at the U-Blocks manual. It breaks down jamming into two types. Is jamming, and then there's spoofing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it looks like it's pretty involved, where you have to actually go to a good environment before you can determine whether or not you've got a bad environment.
You cannot store in a good environment and then keep comparing it.
I haven't read enough to figure that out.
But probably with your emulation, you can record a good one and then compare it with that one. It's always around. I mean, now we have all the tools getting together.
Right.
No, it's actually at the RF level that it's operating. It's looking at the quality of the signal coming into the receiver.
Right.
I see. That's different. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, yes, we could use the spoofing detection. Yeah.
Yeah, and yellow, the one for the reconnect the Wi-Fi after disconnecting real-time mobile mode. I've seen that happening on one device quite often. I don't know why it's one device is always doing that.
And the other device reconnect.
They always connect back, because when I go out with the Wi-Fi, there were four were always in my house, and the Wi-Fi went out, so they could disconnect it. And when I came back, 3 of them always were on. Sometimes another one didn't go on, and stay off. You have to really reset it. Maybe I should write that down.
Well, it's good to know that it's. Oh no, it's actually bad news that it works. It
Yeah,
doesn't work sometimes.
Sometimes it's a bad
Sometimes
news.
it doesn't work, and it always
That's
doesn't
not
work.
good. It always is good.
Exactly. Oh man.
And it's specifically to one machine that's even worse. But maybe good too, because we know that it could be some issue with the machine.
Is it maybe the gray? Because you had some button issues as well with the gray.
No, they were all using the M5 stock stack core AWS. All AWS I had running.
Okay.
So that they were all the same. Basically the same hardware.
Yeah. Well, I was planning to make a separate worker for the internet connection. So you can just enable the worker, and then internet will be active throughout the device. So you're not limited to just like one of the handlers, which is the API connector, that they start up the Wi-Fi. So that's.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that will solve it.
Well, it will still be the same functions. So, but then you can at least have a worker which can report back or like say something about status and maybe like disconnect the worker, start it up again. I don't know.
True. Yeah. Oh, also, I remember now another thing that I didn't put in the, what was it? The SD card writing. I did on a new machine, sorry, on a new machine, I want to write the data to the SD card. I didn't get confirmation. We still have to put that in.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It works, but it doesn't give any confirmation, so it just kind of hangs there. But if you reset it, it's fine. It takes the data.
Yeah, that is the is that?
I think it's the SD card writing. That
Yeah, but
doesn't give
we
it-
have to, is that on the welcome screen then?
No, it's later on. This is one step, I think.
So
Okay.
it's when the device has different settings from your
Yes.
SD card.
Yes.
So that's not a clean device.
No, it's not a clean. No, there is data in the device and there's data on the SD card, and there's a difference. And then
Yeah, it's a
you
different ID. Yeah, right. I think the solution that we had was wait, why is this? Oh, edit notes. No,
Yep. Yeah, that's
for
good.
to issue. Um,
Confirmation of writing to the SD
yeah,
card. I think.
message
Yes.
when overwriting settings.
Yes, that's a good thing. Also, I was wondering if we have if the screensaver is on and there is a serious error message, can we display that error message on the screen?
We could.
Because that's very useful, because you don't see the messages then. I knew it was disconnected at one point, and then it just looks like there's nothing happening.
Yeah, but that's the idea of a screensaver. Like,
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but that the messages move with the screensaver.
yeah, we could have the text
Yeah.
instead of like bGeigieZen with a version number, we can say like
There's an error, a red arrow.
bGeigieZen operating, and then if there's an error, we can just replace it with like Wi-Fi
With a red arrow
connected
file.
or
Yeah,
something like
that
that.
that would be a good idea.
Then I
That
always
makes it
get
very
the error
easy.
that there's no Geiger counter connected or Geiger Muller sensor. Great. Love it.
Yeah, you have to work on that one.
Yeah, I do.
If you need help with the hardware, let me know, because it should not be so hard to get the Geiger counter running.
Oh, well, that's okay. Yeah, this was the option I suggested that we, instead of going away from the screen right away, we just stay on there to show the confirmation and then continue to the operational mode.
Yeah.
That's the easiest solution for now. And then because the
Yeah.
messages are screen dependent, which is not the best, but it's what we have right now, so we have to work with that. Can improve at a later time.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Or actually, I could make the message. No, the thing is, if you show the message and then you go to drive mode, the drive mode will start logging by default, and then that message will override it. So it's better to just have a small delay than and show a message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Anything else for today?
No, I don't. The improved satellite view, and I put in there still. It's in the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. It was a good good issue. So
Okay.
that up.
The legends and the colors and the summary, if that's possible. Then there's now just a few dots floating around and it doesn't say so much.
Yep. Yep. You're right.
Okay. I think then we have most of the stuff done. Louis and Michael have some other issues or things you want to talk about?
Nothing at the moment. There's quite a lot already, so just if I do come up with something now that I'm reminded that the stuff is there, I will be a little bit more proactive about using it.
Yeah, nothing from my end either. I'm going to add that KML format as well.
Yeah. That would at least help me a lot because then I can just show the data. We have 3D data coming out of the device, and that
Right.
is much more impressive than the 2D map, I think.
Sure.
Does it work
Sounds
with
good.
the altitude values
Yeah.
then, or
Mhm.
okay? I mean,
Yeah, the
do you
file.
use the altitude for that? Because sometimes the altitude is like going into the ground. Or...
I haven't seen it. I sometimes use the KML files and then put them in Google Earth, and then they showed up very nicely. I mean, I didn't see issues yet.
All right. I guess we'll just have to see. And if we have the
Yeah.
files, we can see how it looks. I'm
That's true.
kind of
Oh,
curious.
the big problem with altitude is that the Earth isn't a sphere, right? And it's
Right.
so it's basically it's a best approximation, and there's there's even different approximations depending on who you're talking to. So generally it's accurate, except that there might be some spots where they just got it wrong.
Right.
Yeah. So they talk about this sort of a virtual ellipsoid that they refer to, and then they adjust to the local, and that's where the imperfection is gonna creep in.
Mhm.
So, but 2D is good. I mean, that's not a problem.
And if you need some 3D files for this kind of things for the showing on your presentation, let me know, Louis. Or you already have time short.
I'm very, very limited for time. It's basically there's two groups. There's that are basically alarmed about the amount of nuclear they're rebuilding. They want to keep Pickering open. It's almost 50 years. Well, it's actually over 50 years old now.
Wow.
I want to keep Pickering going, and then rebuild it. They call it refurbishment, but basically they're just ripping out the insides and replacing it. They're in the process of rebuilding Darlington. That's 4 reactors. They just finished one. And they want to do a small modular reactor, which is completely experimental, on the same site as Darlington, which is like 45 kilometers from my house. So there's a lot of activity, and these two groups are saying, hey, wait a second, there's a lot of activity and nobody's paying attention. And that's what they're trying to do, is raise awareness. So my portion of it is saying, hey, if you want a way of, sort of kind of participating in this, why don't you join Safecast and start taking data measurements? If you look around Pickering, there's a huge built-up area, but there's very little logging. Maybe I should go drive.
You should also check with Ray, because maybe if Ray wants to donate some red notes for you, that
Oh,
would
I
be
see.
wonderful to have them around there.
Okay, yes.
should
I'll
check
keep
with
that in
him.
mind.
Or maybe if Ray cannot do it, maybe Peter can send you a few. We have 50 of those red notes donated from Ray.
Oh, okay.
So if Ray doesn't have enough because he wants to send it to Ukraine, then
Right.
maybe Peter can send one to you or to, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can ask always.
Yeah.
You can always say no. So that's
Yeah. Better to ask.
better ask. Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, could the Zen eventually be a fixed location with with a solar panel? That's an interesting
Yeah,
question.
sure. It can already work like that. I mean, you could just hook up a 5-volt solar supply to the USB-C, or
Yes.
with wireless under it, even if you want to. You
Right,
can
right.
and directly
Or
charge when the sun comes up.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I found out yesterday there are new chargers out. They charge with 2 amp,
Oh wow.
That's quite a bit.
but I have to investigate how hot that gets.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, that's an interesting experiment that I'd like to try, because I don't know if you saw the post on Slack. Is I was checking the bottom of my Zen, and it was almost too hot to touch the plastic.
It's hot. It's not melting. I had thermal paper on it with printing on it, and
Yes.
went completely black.
Yeah. So my question is that because that big chunk of steel is causing some magnetic interference, or
No.
basically it's I mean, it's working like an induction, how an induction stove works. You've got a magnetic field, sets up a current in the frying pan. The current then heats up.
I don't think so, because if the pancake is here and the pancake is here and the coil is here, it doesn't go that far.
Okay.
It's low frequency. I think there's 22 kilohertz something they use for it. Just out of the hearing range.
I'm actually gonna try. I'm gonna try just sort of flipping it open and with and without the the pancake sensor, because that's an issue. So
it does get hot. They
oh
all
yeah.
get hot.
Oh yes.
But
But
that's
they
just a
can
Zen.
handle
then.
What
Is
did
it
you say?
just a Zen? Because I
No.
remember the Nano doesn't get hot.
Oh yes, my Nano gets very hot. It's
Are
always
you
hot.
using
Mine never
using
really did.
a wireless sensor or wireless charger for your Nano as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
okay.
combination with the bGeigieCast. So there's like a cradle where you can put it in.
Okay.
Cradle, and I made a 3D cradle for it if you want.
Oh, okay.
You can just pop it in and they charge automatically.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. I already had designed for the Zen too, so we can use it later for the Zen, a different version. So you can just take it out, put it in a cradle, it charges automatically, and it goes into fixed mode even if you want to.
Okay.
Let's take it out. No need to connect the cable anymore, and no SD card upload and download.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. For the Nano, you can even solder the wireless QI charger. You can wire it directly to the inside.
The little FIO board.
Yeah, I'm not using a USB connector anymore. I just solder it directly to the battery.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then you can still use the USB connector if you want to.
Okay.
And if you update your Nano, you always should take out the BLE. Otherwise, it doesn't update.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
Is that
because
so?
it's using the same serial.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, I've never updated my Nano, actually.
Just
I was like, did I ever have that? But that's also with
No.
the bGeigieCast, and if you plug on the bGeigieCast,
same.
you cannot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cannot use it. You have to take it out before you start programming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a lot of programming on the Nano. to get it right and the way I would like it to be.
All right. I think I'm gonna go continue my work day. So
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
if you don't mind.
No, it
Yeah,
took
no
more
problem.
time.
Thank you.
Took more time from you than we planned. But
No,
I think
it was an hour is okay. That's no
Yeah,
problem.
okay.
Okay.
Good. Okay,
All right.
enjoy your day then.
Yes,
All right.
thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Bye bye.
good.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody. Yeah,
Bye.
bye. Thanks for joining.